I have a pretty quick one that isn't live yet, but hopefully I can get it to merge later today if I can get all this stuff out of the way. Um, we've had an issue with our data tables on dashboards with people not knowing where they can click to drill or get links. So like this is like a current table. And part of the problem we have is that you can see that there's a little cursor hand that looks like a clicky thing. And you can click in places and it does nothing. So like I'm clicking, it's not doing anything. I gotta click on the value in order to get this, but people aren't really sure that they don't know about the this capability. Oops, I sorted. Um, and even on like links, you have to like hover over the actual link to see the underline. And this is blue, so you get a little bit of indicator. So I've been working on some subtle changes to make it a little bit more obvious. So now when you hover over a cell, you'll get underlines for things that you can click to get drills. If they have links, you'll also get underlines here, but only on these cells as you hover over them, and you start to click on the value to get there. And things that don't have any associated drills or links do not get a clicky hand. You can still click on them to do the copy value, but they have a slightly different cursor change. These are just some small indicators to change. I know it's not as obvious as some people want for certain use cases, but we'll be working on some separate things to make that a little more configurable for folks. But hopefully this helps just a tiny bit to let people know there's more interactivity and where to actually click to get the interactivity.
Sarah, Luddite question. Is there a world where we could make the whole box clickable in the future if we wanted to? Or is that
I actually was playing with making the whole box clickable, but people didn't like that.
I'll
Uh,
take responsibility. I said I didn't like
no, no,
it.
no, I'm not. It seems like a bad default. I can see use cases where that might be better. Um,
Yeah, well, and it's a little tricky. Like here, the actual like this whole thing is like the bars are more clickable and they have a bigger click target actually because these labels are fairly large. Um, yeah, and then well, I think uh, yeah, and we can keep experimenting. I mean, I think there's we could also do things like show all the interactive spots on a row hover, for example. So you could
yeah.
see that like all the things that are active there. There's just a little like there's concern that like what does it look like the whole row is clickable then, and you should just click the
Yeah,
whole
yeah. You
row.
could definitely
So
go too far. I just we also have that slide in the roadmap deck where the full KPI square is clickable, for example.
yep.
I think that's probably a great example of like if you want a singular drill over the whole box,
Hmm.
like that's probably a great experience. I'm struggling to even imagine like a table where I want the whole cell clickable where you can't really see the cell, but maybe if there was like an outline on each box and it felt
Yeah,
more
we're
like a
working on
button
it. I
or
think
something.
yeah to show you where it is. I don't. This may be a bad idea. I do have. I can share in our channel some other ideas for like if people want to make a cell more obviously clickable, like turn the column into buttons or turn the column like add a little like icons. I didn't want to do that by default because we wanted to keep the look of the tables fairly clean, and then I think let individual dashboard builders decide how they want to treat certain things because a lot of these have drills and it's like do you want them all to have like icons everywhere? That's a little bit crazy. So I think we just have a little work to do in finessing this and giving you more options for your particular use case. But yeah, open to feedback. Feel free. I posted something in the UX channel that you can go and play with this and see how it feels. So still can massage it.
The other small thing to add here that is just a giant pet peeve for me in all BI tools ever. I would love to have a way to turn drill into a click instead of a box that pops open that you have to drill down.
Oh,
It might
to
not
just
be the right
like to just
it
have
might
it
not be the right
default to that.
default, but like this is a terrible always default. Like this is one of those things that makes BI tools feel like BI tools rather than web apps
Mm-hmm.
because everything is sort of like over menued with like a copy value and an expand. Like we never need to expand 181. and expand is on every single one of these objects. So I would love to try to think about that kind of stuff as we look at like click and drill behavior too.
Yeah, I think so. I think there'd be an interesting option for like as we get into kind of the more application building to say like what's the default click? Is it to give you like one of the like if you have multiple drills, right? So if I have multiple links or something, is it to like pick one of these and then like a right click gives you more, or we offer the menu
Yeah.
to do the more
But even
options?
here, like probably only one of these fields has multiple options, and everything else is like single click with expand
Mhm.
or copy value. And those are probably examples where just making them
Yeah.
clicks would be 10 times easier.
Yeah, like these are links, so where you can set up these are URLs. So when you click these go to the these will launch the link.
Yep.
But there is the right click to like if you have drills, you can still get the drills, right? So, but there's not really nobody knows about the right click, right? So there's lots of little interactions to keep working on here. So this is just the start of trying to make this feel a little bit better.